guys. Today we are going to do lesson 9, correct use of pronouns. Make sure that you watch the whole video so you know what parts to do. So let's start with our teak. The teak for today is editing drafts using standard English conventions, including pronouns, and that means relative ones too. I know that we just did some relative pronouns yesterday on our review lesson, so I cannot wait to see how awesome y'all do at this. So let's look. What am I going to learn? I'm going to edit for the correct use of pronouns, and I'm going to edit for the correct use of reflexive pronouns. So let's talk about it. What's a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun. A pronoun can be singular or plural, just like the noun it replaces. It can be masculine, feminine, or neutral. Pronouns have different forms or cases, depending on how you use them. You can use a pronoun as the subject of the verb. So he is on the soccer team. My pronoun will be he. And pronouns act as subjects in sentences. Pronouns that act as subjects in sentences are in the nominative case. Here are different forms of pronouns as subjects. So first person, I and we. Second person, you and you. Third person, he, she, it, and they. You can use a pronoun as the object or a verb or of a preposition. Mom told me to be careful. So what did mom do? She told me. The cashier gave the change to him. Pronouns can act as objects in sentences, are in the objective case. So here are the different forms of pronouns used as objects. First person, me, you. Second person, you, us. Third person, him, it, him, her, it, them. I like to use my pronoun song. I, me, you, we, us, they, them, it, he, she, him, and her. These are the pronouns we use every day. They take the place of nouns in a very special way. So it's I, me, you, we, us, they, them, it, he, she, them, and her. These are the pronouns we use every day. They take the place of nouns in a very special way. Let's look at our reflexive pronouns. It's a special type of pronoun called a reflexive pronouns. It refers back to the subject. The subject can be a noun or another pronoun. So Jack gave himself a treat. Who got a treat? Jack. Who did Jack give it to? Himself. I did it by myself. Who did it? I did. How? By myself. Here are some forms of the reflexive pronoun. First person, myself or ourselves. Second person, yourself, yourselves. Third person, himself, herself, itself, themselves. And remember, y'all will probably not be writing much in the second person. We write mostly in first and third, but you need to know it just in case there's questions about it and so that one day you do write with it. You can also use the forms above to emphasize or stress the subject. I paid for it myself. Charlotte did it herself. Be careful. Make sure the reflexive pronoun agrees with the subject. If the subject is singular, the pronoun must be singular. If the subject is plural, the reflexive pronoun must be plural. Larry hurt himself when he fell. I wouldn't say Larry hurt themselves because he's a him. The boys hurt themselves when they fell. Remember, we need it to match in quantity. If the subject is masculine, the reflexive pronoun must be masculine. If it is feminine, the reflexive pronoun must be feminine. If it is neutral, so not masculine or feminine, it must be neutral. So Christopher gave himself a pat on the back. Vivian saved herself a slice of pizza. The job will not get done by itself. Do not use a reflexive pronoun as a subject. It is an object. It always refers back to another noun or pronoun. So we cannot say Devon and myself are best friends. It'd be Devon and I are best friends. I want y'all to read Bluster's Bath and make sure you type the answers to the questions. If you don't type the answers to them, then you're not going to get credit for part of the assignment. And do the same thing with lesson 9. Then you will read a surprise. You will continue reading a surprise, and then you have 5 questions plus 5 questions, so that will be 10 questions to answer. Do your very best because this is going in the grade book as a daily grade. Okay? Do amazing. Bye, guys.